What if I told you Amazon never planned to stay a bookstore? Everything you see today was part of a much bigger strategy. Jeff Bezos walked away from a lucrative Wall Street career in the summer of 1994, driven by a conviction that the internet's growth curve would reshape commerce. On July 5th of that year, he filed incorporation papers for his new company, Cadabra Incorporated, the first legal move in what would become Amazon. The plan was anything but casual. Bezos mapped out a business model that would demand both speed and discipline. He calculated exactly how much capital he would need to survive the early years, and set out to raise $1 million in seed funding. Instead of chasing venture capital right away, Bezos approached friends and former colleagues, pitching them on a simple but radical idea. Start with books, build the infrastructure, and then expand to sell everything. Each investor put in around $50,000, and in exchange they received a stake in a company that at that point existed mostly on paper. In total, 22 individuals bought in, trading their cash for a combined 20% equity slice. This was not a scattershot angel round. It was a calculated move to keep the ownership structure tight and the runway lean. Early backers included names like Tom Alberg and Nick Hanauer, who would later describe Bezos' pitch as intensely logical, focused less on hype and more on the mechanics of scaling an online retailer from zero. The money went straight into the essentials: a basic website, a garage-turned office in Bellevue, and the first hires. There was no lavish spending or Silicon Valley flash. Instead, every dollar was earmarked for growth experiments and operational learning. The initial funding round set a tone of frugality and calculated risk that would define Amazon's culture for decades. By the time the company rebranded to Amazon.com and prepared to launch, it had a war chest and a founder all in on the long game, willing to trade short-term comfort for the chance to build something that could outlast its earliest backers. On July 16, 1995, Amazon's website went live with a single focused offer: millions of books available to anyone with an internet connection. The decision to start with books was not a matter of personal taste or chance. Jeff Bezos chose books because they were the perfect test case for an online retail experiment. An enormous catalog, standardized products, and a universal appeal. No physical store, not even the biggest chain, could come close to matching the sheer number of titles Amazon could list. This gave the company an instant advantage in selection, one of the three pillars in Bezos' original playbook: selection, price, and convenience. The logic ran deeper than just inventory. Books are easy to ship, do not spoil, and have clear ISBN numbers that make cataloging and fulfillment far simpler than clothing or electronics. By starting with a category that was both high in variety and low in logistical complexity, Amazon could test its core systems, website navigation, order processing, and customer experience without getting buried by operational chaos. Early customers noticed they could find obscure titles, order from home, and pay less than at a local shop. Each order fed data back into the system, sharpening Amazon's algorithms and fulfillment routines. But the plan was never to stop at books. The software architecture from day one was built to handle any product, not just paperbacks. The business plan spelled it out. Books were a beachhead, a way to master the mechanics before expanding into music, video, and eventually every consumer category. This strategy, start narrow, build the infrastructure, then scale, offers a blueprint for any founder. By focusing on a single high-variety niche, Amazon set itself up to dominate new markets, one deliberate move at a time. In 2000, Amazon launched its marketplace, opening the doors for third-party sellers to list products alongside Amazon's own. This single move multiplied the catalog from millions to tens of millions of items, all without Amazon holding the stock. The marketplace model set off a chain reaction. More sellers brought more buyers, and the cycle fed itself, outpacing anything traditional retailers could manage. By 2005, Amazon introduced Prime. For an annual fee, members gained unlimited 2-day shipping on eligible items. Prime was more than a shipping perk. It was a calculated push for loyalty. Members ordered twice as often and spent more each year, drawn in by the sense of value and commitment. The membership fee encouraged people to default to Amazon, turning occasional shoppers into regulars. and driving up both order size and frequency. In 2006, Amazon added 2 more pillars. Amazon Web Services, AWS, began offering cloud storage and computing power to outside developers. What started as an internal tool quickly became a backbone for startups and major corporations, generating profits that fueled further expansion. That same year, Fulfillment by Amazon, FBA, let marketplace sellers store inventory in Amazon's warehouses, with Amazon handling packing, shipping, and customer service. FBA allowed small businesses to compete with established brands, offering Prime-eligible shipping and matching Amazon's reliability. In 2007, the Kindle arrived, putting Amazon at the center of digital reading. The Kindle was not just a device, it was a way to control the flow of books from sale to delivery to consumption. Each launch stacked new capabilities onto Amazon's core, creating a platform where growth in one area powered growth in the next. Marketplace, Prime, AWS, FBA, and Kindle together formed a compounding system that set Amazon on the path to dominance. Amazon's expansion strategy relied on targeted acquisitions to close gaps and strengthen its platform. In 2009, the company paid $1.2 billion for Zappos, gaining not just a top online shoe retailer, but a blueprint for customer loyalty and service. The following year, Amazon acquired Quidsi, the parent of Diapers.com and Soap.com, for $545 million in cash and assumed $75 million in debt. Quidsi's expertise in high-frequency, low-margin logistics gave Amazon the operational backbone it needed to compete in everyday essentials and groceries, paving the way for services like Prime Now and Amazon Fresh. In 2014, Amazon spent $970 million on Twitch, a live streaming platform that had become the heart of gaming culture. This move was not about selling games, it was about owning the conversation and building new channels for advertising and Prime integration. 3 years later, Amazon made its largest acquisition yet, Whole Foods, for $13.7 billion. With this, Amazon gained hundreds of physical stores and a premium grocery brand, blending online convenience with in-person shopping and accelerating its delivery ambitions. But the story is not just about big purchases. Sellers like Stephen Yang, founder of Anchor, showed how Amazon's marketplace could launch new brands. Yang started in 2011 with a single portable charger. By analyzing top sellers and leveraging Fulfillment by Amazon, Anchor's sales jumped from $10 million in 2011 to $150 million in 2014. Yang credits Amazon's data and Prime eligibility for leveling the playing field. His experience shows that Amazon's system does not just serve the company, it gives ambitious sellers the tools to reach millions quickly. These moves reveal a pattern: fill category gaps, integrate new brands, and build a platform where anyone can scale with the right strategy. Amazon's growth engine runs on a self-reinforcing loop, where every part accelerates the next. Third-party sellers use Fulfillment by Amazon to tap into Prime's fast shipping and trusted handling, paying fees that fuel warehouse expansion and automation. Each new seller brings more product choices, which attracts more shoppers. The recommendation algorithm does the rest, suggesting add-ons and bundles that lift the average order value by 15 to 20%. As order volume grows, Amazon negotiates better shipping rates and pours profits from Amazon Web Services into lowering prices and speeding up delivery, making the platform even harder to leave. This is the flywheel effect in action, a system where scale drives down costs. Better service brings in more buyers, and every loop through the network makes the whole machine spin faster. For anyone building a business, the lesson is clear. Design your system so that every new customer, seller, or product strengthens the entire operation. Amazon's rise hasn't come without costs. In 2011, a heat wave at a Reno fulfillment center led to an OSHA investigation after workers fell ill from extreme temperatures. That event triggered new safety protocols, but labor conditions in warehouses remain a flashpoint. Meanwhile, regulators are circling. In 2024, the U.S. Department of Justice filed a civil antitrust suit, alleging Amazon unfairly favors its own products and pressures third-party sellers. These realities remind us that scale brings scrutiny and responsibility. For anyone building a business, 5 lessons stand out. Start with a narrow focus, obsess over one key metric, use existing platforms to launch, create recurring value, and reinvest profits into systems. Amazon's blueprint is clear: disciplined execution, relentless iteration, and a willingness to confront the hard trade-offs behind massive growth. Amazon's scale is not luck. It is the result of relentless strategy, systems, and execution. Today, over 60% of Amazon's sales come from third-party sellers. The blueprint is clear. Deliberate moves win. If you're building something, strategy matters more than size. What will your first deliberate step be?